Hi everyone, it's the Matt Daddy, and I'm playing all my teams right now again, trying to figure out what really works best and what are some of the elements that I'd like to try and incorporate going forward. I know this isn't the strongest team in the world, but I still feel that it's got some solid things going on. For instance, Ludicolo has been putting in some more work than he was when I first started using the team. In particular, if I give him a little more speed investment, he's really acing out some things that I need. I can't remember him off the top of my head, but he had some really clutch games over the last week or so, I think, when I practiced. So, anyway, playing the double primal trick room team, which is pretty slick. Trying to think of the best way to beat it here. I'm thinking Rayquaza Kyogre, and I'm just gonna drop the hammer. And we'll bring Ludicolo in the back. I'll probably end up Mega Evolving. And it's kind of risky, but if the Trick Room does go up, I'd like to have the Aegislash. Crobat Machamp. Okay. So he's going to Wide Guard me, that's fine. Do I want to Mega Evolve? I don't think I do. I'm going to Dragon Ascent the Machamp because it still gets the KO. And by Ice Beaming the Crobat, he doesn't get the resistance. That also means I'm not getting nerfed by a Groudon rotation in. Yep, he's dead. He does get the Tailwind. That hurts, but I don't pick up the KO there either. That's unfortunate. Then again, I really didn't expect to get that one. Most Crobats are bulky anyway. Alright, his Kyogre's on the board. I'm gonna Mega and Extreme Speed to make sure I get the KO. If I do that, the weather's gonna go away entirely. And I want my Ludicolo to be outspeeding. But you know, I'll still be able to rotate in case his last one is Kyogre. So yeah, we're gonna go with it. I protected, nice. Water Spout. Oh, Blizzard. Still gets the job done. Part of me wants to go for the substitute, but it's not exactly a practical play. So we're going to throw the Shadow Ball and the Origin Pulse. That Super Fang hurts, that Water Spout does not KO, and as long as I connect, yep. I remove the Crobat. I get the Shadow Ball for some damage, not a lot. But once the Tailwind's up, my Kyogre should be outspeeding his. And it's going to be 2 crippled versus Kyogre and Mawile. Kyogre's not going to live to a Sucker Punch. I'm still going to go for the Origin Pulse. He Megas, he Origin Pulses, he misses my Ludicolo, Kyogre lives. I get my own off for decent damage against the Mawile. And he gets a Swords Dance, that's scary. Oh boy. If I'm my opponent, probably just gonna double protect. So we're gonna throw the Fake out on the Mawile. We're gonna Calm Mind to damage buff and see if we can't catch a bluff. Oh no, he didn't. Wow, that's surprising. What did he go for? Oh, wow, shoot. So now I'm in a bit of a pickle. Because I have to attack, and he knows it. So he's going to sucker punch into my ludicolo. And that's going to be the KO. If his Origin Pulse connects, I lose. So I think I need to double up here on the Kyogre. Nah, he just went right after him there. Yep, that's game. There's no way I'm going to survive this sucker punch. Unless... I guess I could play the mind games with him here. You know what? It's basically a lost cause. The sucker punch is coming out, so... Let's see what happens. Ah, no, he did just go for the damage. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he wins. Unless he does something really foolish here. I thought I could, you know, try and screw with him, but that's not the case. I should have just gone straight for the Scald. I didn't think I would survive that, actually. It's a really strange build, so... that was a misplay. I got a little too foolish with it, but... You know, in the end... That was a decent battle. I learned from it. I was very surprised at the Iron Head. Maybe he had a different coverage move that wasn't play rough. I don't really know. I mean, Ludicolo dodging a Blizzard helped, but in the end it wasn't going to change the outcome of the game. That last play was foolish, but you do what you do. I was not expecting the Sword Stance. That was a unique one. All in all, his team was good. I'm not quite sure what I lost to in that one. I'm going to have to replay the video. I mean, other than my quirk on the end, I'm not really sure what happened with that one. Now, this is an interesting team. The Mega Mewtwo is pretty cool. At least I'm going to assume that it's a Mega Mewtwo because that's the safest play. Ludicolo putting in some real work against this team. With the double rain, I think. So we're going to go Kyogre Ludicolo. Kangaskhan? I don't know. Kangaskhan gets the Sucker Punch. Rayquaza gets the priority on the Mewtwo. That might be more worthwhile, but Rayquaza gets a little bodied by a lot of other stuff. He does well, I guess, against Shiftry. Does lose in the speed against the Garchomp. I think Kangaskhan's a little more versatile, so I'm going to run with him. Or her, I should say, I guess. And last, I'll bring my own Aegislash. So we see Shiftry and Mewtwo. A little punishing, but not too much. So I can tag the Shiftry with a Fake Out. But Shiftry can also no Fake Out, so he might just nerf my Fake Out and go for the Psyshock. And in that case, I'm going to be taking a little too much damage, I think. Switching into Aegislash might be a decent play here. Actually, we're going to try the Kangaskhan switch. And just go for the Ice Beam on the Shiftry. I'm already losing the speed race anyway. So there's Mewtwo X. There's the Fake Out. And the Psystrike. Not the Psyshock. I'm going to Mega Up. I'm going to go for the Fake Out on the Shiftry and the Ice Beam on the Shiftry, anticipating the Protect on the Mewtwo. He doesn't. That's unfortunate for me. So he does get rid of my Kangaskhan. I do get rid of his Shiftry, which was a pretty sizable threat to my team. And I'm going to bring my Aegislash in. Hopefully not against his Garchomp. But, no, it's against his own Aegislash. Okay. Now this sucks. Because I'm going to go faster than that Aegislash. Oh, boy. I can go for the substitute, but that doesn't really help much. Because his Aegislash is just going to attack my Aegislash. Well, let's see if I can't double up into him and get the KO. There's the Protect. The Scald. With a burn. Not really a big deal. Oh, wow. That was very surprising. We must have both been at... I don't even remember what speed mine is. At 80 speed? Yeah, I don't think I'm a 0. And I'm pretty sure I'm modest. So, that was very surprising. It was a great trade in my end. Ludicolo's Scald was totally ineffective no matter how you look at it. Which is unfortunate, but it was still cool to see. Obviously I want to Giga Drain on the Swampert, and I can't. I'm going to play the Shadow Ball and bring the Kyogre out. Although I think that might lose me the game. Swampert protects. The Psy Strike into Kyogre, and the Shadow Ball gets off for the KO. Alright. I don't know if that critical hit mattered or not. But either way, I think that might have just clutched out the game. Because we're going to Shadow Ball again and protect the Kyogre. Because I'm going to die to the Earthquake. And that's fine. We're going to bring Ludicolo back down. He's going to go for the Fake Out. I'm going to go for the Calm Mind just to boost my damage up because he's going to protect. He didn't protect. That's very weird. And he was slower than my Swampert. He was slower than my Kyogre. And yeah, we're just going to make sure I get the damage. So, 1-1. That's not too bad. I keep hovering around the 12, sometimes the 13 ranking. In general, I got that one hard prediction, and that's what I was talking about in my other video. I play very aggressively. There may have been a safer play in there. I really didn't look for it because I had a hunch. I thought he was going to go after it. And in the end he did. That Aegislash turn was very surprising though. I'm really not sure why he opted to do what he did. Maybe he thought he was going to win the speed race. It doesn't really matter to me. Still playing the Kanto classic stuff. Learning some cool things in that. I know the team preview didn't match, but tonight I'm tired. I just wanted to play a little bit. I really didn't care about altering my little clip on the side. Anywho, those are the games. 1-1, not too bad. And like I said, it has potential. It's still not perfect though. And I'm working on another team to mix up between the two just to have some fun. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.